Today we are going to see chapter number 6, subsidiary books of standard 11th commerce subject account. So this is the second part of the same chapter. First part is already linked in the description. In that we have seen the meaning and types of subsidiary books. So we know that there are the four main type of the subsidiary book. In that, very first is a cash book, second one is a books for the goods, the third one is a subsidiary books for the bills, and fourth is a journal. So here in this chapter we will see the subsidiary books for goods, and in that again we have seen yesterday that there are four types of subsidiary books related to goods. So that is purchase book, sales book, purchase return and sales return. So today we are going to see that purchase book, subsidiary purchase book. So here subsidiary purchase book is again divided into mainly two categories. That is subsidiary purchase book, that is divided into two categories, that is simple subsidiary book, simple purchase book, and second is a columnar purchase book. And columnar purchase book is again divided into two categories, that is column for subsidiary for different type of goods, and the second one is a subsidiary for goods as well as expenses. So very first let's see the simple purchase book, and here the column for the simple purchase book. So for that let's make the specimen for simple purchase book. So here it is a simple purchase book, and in that we know that there is a column for date, specimen for simple purchase book. In that the column that we are going to create, it will be very first will be date, the second it is as it is a purchase book, so we are going to write the name of the supplier, then the next column will be for the inward invoice number as the goods is going to come in, so it will be inward invoice number. The next column will be ledger folio number, and the last column will be for the amount. So these are the columns that we are going to prepare in a simple purchase book. So this is the specimen of a simple purchase book, and let's see this with the help of example. Here in a purchase book we are going to write only credit transaction. That means whatever purchase we have done on a credit, that we are going to write in a simple purchase book. Here again there is no other column, only one specific type of goods is going to be sold by a businessman. So he is going to prepare simple purchase book. In a simple purchase book we are going to record the amount after deducting the trade discount. So trade discount we are going to deduct, and afterwards whatever the amount will be there, that we will write in this. And here it is for the credit purchase. So cash purchase we are not going to write in a subsidiary book. Cash purchase we are going to record in a cash book. If the transaction is a partial cash and partial credit, in that situation we are going to consider whole transaction as a credit transaction, and we will record in a subsidiary book. So these are the things that we have to keep in mind when we are going to prepare the subsidiary for the goods. So you will note down this. Then we are going to see the illustration number 1, where we are going to prepare simple purchase book. Let's see illustration number 1. From the following transactions, prepare a purchase book in the books of Harish Kumar. So here, purchase book of Harish Kumar. And again, as we discussed before, this is a simple purchase book. So we are going to prepare the column called date, particular, then we can say the name of supplier, then there is a inward invoice number, then ledger folio number, then amount in rupees. So these are the columns. Now let's start the sum. The first transaction is on 2015 March 1st. So here the goods of rupees 10,000 purchased from Mahesh on 1 month credit. So here we have purchased the goods on credit. So we are going to write Mahesh account, and the invoice number is not given to us, so we are going to write the dash, and the goods of rupees 10,000 purchased. So here we are going to write the 10,000. The next transaction is a goods of rupees 15,000 purchased from Hasmukh Bhai at 10% trade discount, invoice number 15. So here the 2nd of March we have purchased goods from Hasmukh Bhai. Hasmukh Bhai account. So here invoice number is given to us. So we are going to write the invoice number 15, and the goods of 15,000 at the rate of 10% trade discount. So it will be 15,000 minus 1,500. So it will be for 13,500. So this is the amount that we have deducted trade discount, and then we have find it out. Next is a on 6th date, goods of rupees 8,000 purchased from Manish for cash. So this is a cash transaction, and cash transaction we are not recording in the credit book. So cash transaction will be recorded in the cash book, that we are going to write here after at the end of the sum. We'll write on date number 6 cash. This is cash transaction. It will record in cash book. So this is how we supposed to mention. Then on 14, place an order with Naveen Bhai to supply goods of rupees 10,000 at 20% trade discount. So this is again, we know that place an order is a non-economic transaction. So we are not going to record in the books. So non-economic transaction will not record in the books, that we are going to write down at down. Non-economic transaction. Will not record in the book. So that is. Now let's see the next transaction. Next transaction is on date number 18. Furniture of rupees 6,000 purchased from Sriji Furniture Mart on 1 month credit. As we discussed before that here in a purchase book we are recording only the purchase of credit purchase of goods. So credit purchase of asset will not record here. So credit purchase of asset we are going to record in a journal proper. So here we are going to write that the credit purchase of asset will be recorded. Credit purchase of asset will be recorded in journal proper. So for that. Now let's see the next transaction 20. Navin supply goods as per the order and send invoice number 314 after adding railway freight of 1,200. So here we are not going to add the railway freight. Straight we are going to record the transaction, and transaction is of date number 10, date number 14. Place an order with Navin to supply a goods of 10,000. So 10,000 at 20% trade discount. So 20% of 10,000 will be 2,000, and we are going to record this transaction by 8,000. So we will write here on 20 date Navin bank account. That will be amount we are going to write down 8,000, and here the invoice number is a 314 and amount will be 8,000. 10,000 minus 20% of 10,000, that will be 2,000. So amount will be 8,000. Now let's see the next on 23rd. Goods of rupees 4,000 purchased at 5% cash discount. So here from the transaction itself we can see that name of the person is not given. So this is a cash transaction, and cash transaction we are going to record in the cash book. So cash transaction will be recorded in cash book. So that's it. Now let's see the next transaction. Goods of rupees 16,000 purchased from Babulal at 10% trade discount and paid half of amount immediately by check. So here we have discussed that half amount should be considered as a full credit transaction, and for that we are going to record full transaction as a credit transaction. And goods of rupees 16,000 and 10% of that will be 1,600. So transaction we are going to record by 14,400, and on 25 Babu Lal account, and here we are going to write 14,400. So for that. Now let's see the next transaction. Goods of rupees 6,000 purchased from Lalit at 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Amount of bill paid immediately. So this is a cash transaction, and we are not going to record here. So that transaction we will be recording in the cash book. Cash transaction will be recorded in cash book. And now let's see the next transaction on date number 30. Goods of rupees 3,000 purchased from Rajesh. Bill number 101. So here we have purchased from Rajesh, and it is a credit transaction. So here we are going to write down Rajesh account, and that will be the bill number is a 101 and amount will be 3,000. So this is how we supposed to enter the transaction in the subsidiary book. So here we are finished with illustration number 1. Now let's make the total of this. So here we can see that this is the total, and total of this will be, we are going to write down here, and it will be 48,900. Here we are going to write total credit purchase. So this is a credit purchase made by us. So this is called total credit purchase. Student, you may note down this. Then we are going to see the example number 2. Let's see example number 2. From the following information, prepare column or purchase book in the books of Sriji Furniture Mart. Sriji Furniture Mart deals in the purchase sales of table, chair and cupboard. So here we are going to prepare the column or purchase book according to types of goods. So here Sriji Furniture Mart, who is in a business of the furniture, and where he is selling table, chair and cupboard, that is given us in the example. So let's prepare column or purchase book of Sriji Furniture Mart. Example is book. Let's start the sum. So here very first transaction is given to us is it on 2015 April 1st. Purchase from Sriram Furniture Mart 10 piece of table at 1000 per piece, 15 chair at 600 per piece, and 5 pieces cupboard at 3000 per piece. Credit period 1 month and invoice number 99. So here we have purchased the goods from Sriram Furniture Mart. So here we are going to write Sriram Furniture Mart, and invoice number Sriram Furniture Mart account, and invoice number is given to us, and that is 99. And here we have purchased 1000 per piece 10 tables, so it will be 10,000. Then again we can see next is a 15 chair 600 per piece, so 15 into 600, that will be 9,000 for the chair. And lastly 5 pieces of cupboard 3,000 per piece, so that will be 15,000. So total of this will be 34,000. So this is how we supposed to prepare column or purchase book. Now let's see the next transaction. Next is on page number 5. So purchase from Sri Krishna Furniture Mart 10 pieces table at 1,200 per piece, 12 pieces of cupboard at rupees 2,500 per piece, and at 10% discount. Invoice number 126 received. Half amount is paid by immediately by cash. So here half amount is paid. That means we are going to consider whole transaction as a credit transaction, and we are going to write in a purchase book. And here the name of the supplier is Sri Krishna Furniture Mart. And here invoice number is also given to us, that is 126. And 10 pieces of table per piece 1,200. So it will be 12,000. From 12,000 we are going to make the discount of 10%. That will be 1,200. So amount of table will be 10,800. Now next is a 12 pieces cupboard at the price of 2,500. So that will be, the total of that will be 30,000, and from 30,000 if we are going to deduct 10%, that will be, the amount will be 27,000. So here we are purchasing only two things, that is table as well as cupboard. We are not purchasing any chairs from him. So that column we are going to write dash, and here we are going to write down 27,000. So total of this will be 37,800. So for that. Now let's see the next transaction. A cycle purchased from Shivam Cycle Store. So that is a purchase of cycle, and that we are not recording here. So that we are going to record for the date number 10. Credit asset purchase will be recorded. Credit asset purchase will be recorded in journal proper. For that. Now let's see the next 20 number. Purchase share of rupees 10,000 at 10% trade discount, 5% cash discount from Rahim Furniture, and amount paid immediately. So this is a cash transaction, and cash transaction will be recorded in the cash book. Cash transaction will be recorded in cash book. So for that. Now let's see the next transaction. Next is of date number 25. An order placed with Sri Ambe Furniture Trading Company, 20 piece table at 900 per piece, 5 piece chair at rupees 700 per piece. So here it is a order. So that is called non-economic transaction, and non-economic transaction will not recorded in the book. So non-economic transaction will not record in the books of account. So for that. Now let's see the 30. Purchase from Mahesh Bhai 5 pieces table at 1,200 per piece, 20 piece chair at rupees 600 per piece, and 8 cupboard at rupees 2,500 per piece at 10% trade discount. Bill number 500. So here it is a credit transaction. So we will write Mahesh Bhai account, and bill number is a 500. So that also we are going to write here. Bill number is a 500. And here again, very first thing is a 5 piece of table at 1,200. So that will be 6,000. From 6,000, if we are going to deduct 10% rate discount, that is 600. So amount will be 5,400. After that, if we can see the next is a 20 piece chair at 600. So that will be 12,000. From 12,000 we are going to deduct 1,200. So that will be 10,800. And last will be 8 cupboard at rupees 2,500. So that will be 20,000. From 20,000 we are going to deduct 2,000. So it will be 18,000. So this is the total, and now let's see the total of the bill. That will be 34,200. So here we are finished with the sum, and let's make the total. So here we are going to write down the total, and total we will write So here the total credit purchase here the total of this will be 26,200. That is the total credit purchase of table. Then 19,800. That is total credit purchase of chair. And this will be 60,000. That is total credit purchase of cupboard. And total of that will be 1,06,000. So that is the total credit purchase of the goods during this month. So students, you may note down this. This is the subsidiary for the different type of goods. Now in next sum we are going to see subsidiary for goods as well as expense. So that is the next subsidiary book. ना बंद कर दो. Let's see illustration number 3. Bhavesh store of Ahmedabad is a cloth merchant prepared his purchase book in his books of account inclusive of expense. He maintains separate column to record expense like GST, railway freight, labor, etc. Prepare purchase book on the basis of total GST rate at 12%. GST is not included in the transaction. Add applicable amount of GST and prepare purchase book. So here the Bhavesh Bhai is preparing purchase book according to goods as well as different type of expense. So let's prepare purchase book of Sri Bhavesh Bhai. So here we are going to prepare purchase book according to different type of goods as well as expense. So very first thing that we are going to write will be date. So this is the column for the date. Then we will write name of supplier. Next will be inward invoice number. Then next will be ledger folio number. Then from that ledger folio number. Then next we are going to prepare net amount of goods. Next column, and afterwards we are going to prepare next column, that is railway freight. And the next column will be wages. And afterwards there will be a input CGST, input SGST and IGST. So for that we are going to prepare different column. Input CGST and input SGST. And here intra-state transaction. intrastate supply transaction. Okay, so if it is an intrastate, then we are going to write here, and if it is an interstate, then IGST. Interstate supply, and for that it will be IGST, and that IGST is called input IGST. So that is for that, and afterwards there will be an amount of a total amount in rupees. Here we are going to write all the transaction in a rupees, as we are writing our books of account in a rupees. So amount in rupees. So this is the amount is in rupees. So this is how we have to prepare the subsidiary books. And now let's see the transaction number 1. So here goods purchase of rupees 10,000 at 10% trade discount from Vipul store of Rajkot. Rupees 500 for labor and 400 for railway freight are disclosed in bill number 239. So here 2018 January 1st, and it is a purchase from Vipul store. So Vipul store's account, and invoice number is 239, and now the goods is purchase of 10,000 and 10% trade discount. So it will be for 9,000, and on that railway freight is given to us is a 400 and wages is 500. So here again we have to find out the GST. So the value of the goods is it. For the first transaction, the value of the goods is 9,000 plus 400 plus 500. So total amount will be 9,900. And on that we have to find out CGST as GST at the rate of 6%. And that will be 594. Both will be 594. So here we are going to write down 594. 594. And here IGST will not be applied, and total amount of a bill will be 11,088. So this is the total amount of a bill. So this is our transaction number 1. Now let's see the transaction number 7. Goods purchase of rupees 15,000 at 10% trade discount from Gopi of Bhavnagar, inclusive of wages 300, railway freight 400. Total amount is paid immediately. So this is a cash transaction. For 7th date, cash transaction will be recorded in cash book. So for that, okay. Now let's see for the date number 23. Goods purchase of rupees 20,000 at 10% trade discount from Dhawal of Mumbai, Maharashtra. So here it is a purchase from Maharashtra. So IGST will be applied. Invoice number is 971. Is received inclusive of labor of 250 and railway freight 350. Half amount paid immediately. So here we have paid half amount. So that is going to be considered as a credit purchase, and we are going to record in a purchase book, and date is a 23, Dhawal account, and invoice number is a 971, and amount of goods will be 20,000, and in 20,000 10% rate discount, that will be 18,000. So total amount of goods will be 18,000, and again we have seen that there is a labor of 250 and railway freight is of 350. So now we have to consider whole amount to count the IGST, and for that on 23rd we are going to count 18,000 plus 350 plus 250. So total amount will be 18,600, and on that we are going to count IGST at the rate of 12%. So that IGST will be 2,232. So that we are going to write on the column of IGST 2,232, and the total of that will be 20,832. So this is the total amount of a invoice. Now let's see the next transaction. A machine of rupees 12,000 is purchased on credit. So machine purchase on credit will be recorded in a journal proper, as it is a credit purchase of a asset. So credit purchase of asset will be recorded in journal proper. So that. Now let's see the next transaction. On 29, goods purchase of 8,000 at 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount from Poonam of Porbandar. So Porbandar is in the Gujarat. So here we are going to count input CGST, input SGST. Received invoice number 193, where 200 are disclosed for the railway freight. So here on 29 we have purchased the goods from Poonam. Here Poonam account we are going to write, and invoice number is a 193, and goods of rupees 8,000 we have purchased, and 10% trade discount will be 7,200, and again railway freight is a 200. So now we have to find out input CGST, input SGST. For that, let's say 7,200 plus 200. So total will be 7,400, and 6% of that will be, we have to find out input CGST, SGST, and 6% of 7,400 will be 4,444. So that we are going to write for both CGST and SGST 444. So total of the amount will be 8,288. So this is the total of the invoice. Now here we are finished with the sum. Now we have to make the total of it. So let's do that. So let's make the total. Total credit purchase and that will be, let's make the total of this, and it will be 34,200, and total of railway freight will be 950, and total of wages will be 750. Total of input CGST will be 1,038, and this is again is going to be same as the CGST, and here it is the 2,232, and total of the total credit purchase of this month will be 40,208. So this is how we have to calculate the sum regarding the different type of purchase book. In our next video, we are going to see the sales book, that is simple sales book for different type of goods, and sales book of goods as well as expense. Thank you students for watching this video. You may note down this in your notebook.